Today, I'm going to be building the most overpowered tank divisions in Hearts of Iron 4, and I will be using them against the AI to absolutely slaughter the AI as fast as possible. Now, these OP tank divisions are often used in multiplayer, especially in Hoi 4 esports to destroy competent opponents, but I will be wielding these overpowered tanks against the incompetent, stupid Hoi 4 AI, and I am extremely curious to find out how effective these powerful tanks will be against AI. I'll be using several different OP variants of tank divisions throughout the video, and then we'll determine which of these divisions is the most overpowered. So first things first, although this is a tank video, I will be spamming out guns. That way I can rush the Anschluss, which will give us an industrial boost that we desperately need. And now for the medium tanks, I will be employing this improved medium howitzer, which means I need to begin rushing this howitzer right now. Also, for our special tank, we will definitely need Flampanzer support companies. These give you insanely good bonuses to your attack. I will also be researching anti-tank here, as this will give us cannons for heavy tanks, which we will be using as well later on. We are going to be doing proper Blitzkrieg today because the Germans in real life actually relied a lot on cavalry and horses. They actually had less tanks than the French. They just used them a lot better than the French. The French literally use flags instead of radios. But yeah, today my goal is to do an actual proper Blitzkrieg with tons of tanks, no horses in the army. So this cavalry will now die. And that is the symbolic beginning of our motorized army. I'm spamming out military factories right now. Since I want to win fast, there is no point in doing civilian factories. We just need more factories now. We are going to reorganize the Wehrmacht. We're now going to develop Hitler's inner circle. I need experience immediately. So I'm going to hire this army drill expert now so we can begin leveling up our doctrines sooner rather than later. We're going to hire this Mifo Bill's architect because he allows us to build the military factories faster, which again we need. Tanks are expensive, we need, and the second we have our medium tank research, we're going to begin pumping those things out. Okay, so the first dude we will hire is Mr. Toltier, as he will give us construction bonuses. Okay, we can now finally do the Anschluss already. Let's do it. And it's only May 1936, dude. That is insane. So even though this will take me 500 days, I really need the howitzer. I'm going to begin researching this artillery. And MIOs today. This is important. The best MIO for your standard tanks is Daimler-Benz, because they give you really good production bonuses, and production is key. You just need more tanks in Hoi 4. They don't have to be perfect. Well, we are going to have really nice tanks too, which you guys will see the builds for that later on in this video. We just did the Anschluss, so we have a lot of extra industry now. And the Spanish Civil War is here. Let's go send some troops on down to grind XP for our tank doctrines. Because I need our tank doctrines to be as strong as possible for the war, so our tanks are, of course, fighting as optimally as they can to destroy the enemies as swiftly as we can. Okay, now it's finally time to do some economics. We're going with the 4-year plan. Let's construct the Autobahn. And with plenty of war support, we're going to go war economy. I'm going to rush production because who doesn't want more weapons? Especially since we're waging a big war, we're gonna need a lot of weapons. I want to build another land warfare facility and an aerodynamics facility so we can get really good tech. I want better tanks, and we do need basic things like radar for our planes. So here is our new light tank, which we're just gonna use in support companies for armored recon. So 3-man turrets are the best because you can pretty cheaply get extra breakthrough. We also have this high velocity cannon to give this a lot of attack. Generally speaking, things like reliability are great and all, but you can compromise that a bit as long as you're getting soft and hard attack in return. Soft and hard attack are key stats we have to prioritize, along with production costs, to actually produce a reasonable amount of tanks. Your tanks can't be too expensive, because even if you have a good tank, if you have 1 and the enemy has 50, you lose. Look at what the USA did in World War II with the Shermans. They just pumped those out. Sure, the Tiger probably was better, but it didn't matter. 5 Shermans would end up beating a Tiger. So now I'm going to begin producing this light tank over our old one. That way we don't lose any production. So I can have a somewhat of an air force. I'll begin producing some of these crappy fighters for now. Eventually we'll have proper good fighters. We now are going to begin building up our synthetic rubber base to support our airplanes and to generate us some fuel for our tanks. I can now demand the Sudetenland, which I want to do to steal Czechoslovakian industry. Because it takes too long to build mills, I'd rather just seize them from others. So Sudetenland is ours. Now first Vienna award. I'm also going to rush mechanized, which will help our tank divisions a lot. Because field hospitals provide extra HP, they're actually really good. So we will be using those in our tanks. And fate of Czechoslovakia. Sorry, Neville, I scammed you. So military engineering vehicles are also really good too to put into tanks. So now I can actually do, a bit early today, the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. And then from there, I can do treaty with the USSR, which should give us insane research bonuses when it comes to tanks. All right, now we're going to do that treaty with the USSR. So within our tank, we're going to use what's called an armor meme, meaning we're going to have some tank divisions with one really, really strong heavy tank that basically makes our division have 1 billion armor. It's kind of cheesy, but it's extremely OP. And the Soviets accept the treaty. So now we can get this medium tank in only 60 days. All right, now let's start producing this heavy tank. So now this is going to be our overpowered medium tank. So first, you always want the 3-man turrets. Now in multiplayer, you'd want a cannon for hard attack, but the AI is trash and they don't really build good tanks. So we're going to go with the howitzer to prioritize soft attack. Now for secondary turrets, we will have heavy machine guns for, again, that soft attack. That's the main stat we want to really rack up. Of course, you always got to have a radio, and we'll get a little more defense and soft attack. And again, production cost. You have to keep your tank cheap because production cost is minus 20 derivative armor. It's very OP. All right, now we just need to upgrade our engine like crazy. And this tank looks pretty good. Now I will probably want a bit more speed. I want 8 kilometers an hour. So later on when we use mechanized in our divisions, the tanks go the same speed as the mech. So I won't produce this one just yet. I will begin producing that heavy tank though. We're going to do motorization drives so that way we can build our tanks for extremely cheap. We don't want to burn through all our XP. Here is our medium tank. Panzer III. Start pumping it out. So we're going to begin creating our tank division. We're going to go probably 8 motorized, 10 tanks for 36 width, which is a good width. And right now in Hoi 4, combat width doesn't matter as nearly as much as it used to. Just try to keep your divisions within 10 to 40 width. Now, as you can see, this is very cheap. This is actually free thanks to the motorization drive we took earlier. Now, we definitely want that field hospital for that extra HP. You always want a flame company. We also want an armored recon company, which is really OP. So an assault engineering company makes us really powerful on other types of terrain. Like usually tanks are very weak with urban terrain, not with an engineer company. Once we have a logistics company, we will add that. Now we have that logistics company. And I want 4 of these before the war begins. That should be enough to absolutely destroy the Poles at the very least. And potentially the French, because these tank divisions will be that good. All right, we are now going to go to war with Poland. The tanks aren't fully finalized, but they will be for invasion of France. So we're just going to run in with our overwhelming amount of infantry, take down Poland real quick. We do have our first medium tank with us now. All right, Mussolini, you can join the faction. All right, Poland has refused the ultimatum. Now, before we begin the war, let's upgrade a couple of doctrines. First, we will do delay, then elastic defense. So as I get the XP, I will complete mobile infantry, then modern Blitzkrieg. For now, though, we will upgrade maneuver warfare and bold attack. Might as well get a close air support expert. We will be using CAS. And we'll get this army rubric expert for now. All right, we have our entire air force here. We're just gonna go air support and CAS. Boom. So we're now going to test out our tanks, the most overpowered tanks in the game. Again, here is the templates. These are beefy tanks. I have actually 3 more in progress. We will use those on the French. But for now, let's just see how this one tank fares against Poland. Let's see the stats. All right, we are going to declare war. So we're gonna launch across the entire front. And now our tanks here will go in. Let's start by attacking this horse right here. Now let's do economy of conquest. We will be attacking fast today. Dude, we have 800 attack. Yeah, and that cavalry just instantly died. I'm going very slow too. I'm only on 3 speed. We're gonna go just 2 speed for this war for right now. All right, the medium attack is tanking again and 300 attack. Well, it's because it's nighttime. Oh, okay. Wow, that was quick, dude. Let's cross this river real fast, real fast. Let's go up north with the tanks and try to separate Poland into 2. And that cavalry just got overrun by our tanks already. I mean, I know the Poles aren't strong, but these enemies aren't even standing a chance. Here, let me circle this small pocket up north. So the medium tank, even though it's attrition, I want it to attack. I would not want to be the Poles right now. They're getting obliterated. Yep, we got our first encirclement. All right, well, now let's move the tanks south a bit to Warsaw so we can win. All right, to Warsaw. Oh, the French will not be having a good time if the tanks are this good. Now on Warsaw, that was not a problem at all. That was easy peasy. Let's go to Radom, the next capital. Well, actually, before that, I need to get a little encirclement because I do love encirclements, everybody. All right, now we are flanking from the back. And dude, any battle we help with these tanks, we win. Oh, we have our mechanized, finally. Yeah, I need to start producing that. All right, Poland is gone. So we only took 20,000 casualties, and I bet that was mostly our infantry, where Poland took 300,000. That was lopsided by a lot. Dude, even though my specialty was tanks today, our planes were still mogging the British Air Force. That is insane. Let's adopt new Panzer Doctrine. This will give us Erwin Rommel and a bunch of other good generals. Okay, so we did our new Panzer Doctrine. Now we're also going to do Advanced Panzer Research, which gives us just straight bonuses to armor to make the tanks even more powerful. I'm going to switch tank generals to Heinz Guderian, since he has Panzer Leader. We're also going to make him a Panzer Expert. Guys, you wouldn't believe this. Our tanks are about to get even better because we have Howitzer 2s. And we'll add a little breakthrough to this. All right, new tank being produced. Okay, I'm going to invade Hungary because they're kind of a worthless ally who begs for land. So first things first, I'm going to exploit Hungary and empty their bank accounts. So I just looted Hungarian gold in our country. Very, very sneaky. Next, we're going to bring the tanks over. All right, Hungary, we can now declare war on. Let's see if we can destroy these guys extremely fast. We're just going to take a straight line with our tanks to Budapest. All right, and dude, melted again. Literally no resistance, dude. We're just overrunning these guys. Dude, we are insta-melting them. Wait, let's see how fast we can insta-melt this group of Hungarian troops right here. There's a lot of them. All right, let's see how fast we can get rid of all of them. It's been a few hours in the game. Yeah, I mean, that was like instant. That was fun. Sorry, Horthy. You're a bad ally anyway. Now we're gonna do Panzer Troop School to give us even more generals. And then we'll lose less organization when moving our tanks so the tanks can go burr. All right, mobile infantry. Let's begin doing this. By the way, guys, SP artillery is pretty dog water right now because it absolutely destroys your breakthrough. Better just use regular tanks with howitzers like I'm doing. All right, this focus here will give us 5% more armor, attack, and breakthrough. Y'all thought we were done with focuses? Well, you'd be wrong, because combined arm here gives us air superiority bonuses, which makes our tanks even better. Okay, so we're first going to invade the Netherlands, which will make it really easy to take on the French. So first we're going to invade just the Netherlands. All right, let's take care of the Netherlands. Let's take care of the Dutch. So we're going to let our bombers go do their thing and jump into the sky. All right, looks like they're going. 3 tanks. We're gonna go send them up Arnhem to Amsterdam. Just a straight path. Super simple. All right, 1,000 attack. There we go. Yeah, this battle is about to end extremely fast. This is less than a day. Let's see if this is true. And remember, guys, I'm only on 2 speed. Dude, we have 1,200 attack. We got it from our air support, our planning bonus, and our commander. All right, go, go, go. All right, and now we broke through. Let's just take all of the Dutch cities. All right, boom, and the Dutch are gone. So I have a secondary medium tank I'm gonna produce that has mechanized instead of motorized. And as you can see here, it has a lot more hardness, meaning especially weaker divisions that the AI produces will not be able to kill us. So we're going to begin producing these bad boys. But for now, I think these 3 tanks should do the trick when it comes to taking down the French. Oh, make it 4. We have another one. Oh, mass motorization. Yep. Mechanized defensive. This will make our tanks even better. More org. Yes, please. All right, now Belgium, you're next. So of course, I'm just going to send the tanks from Ghent. One will go here towards France. One will go south to Kortrijk. And then we ideally will take Brussels. Okay, these guys are already on last stand, but it's not going to cut it, Belgians. I respect your efforts, but you have been pierced. Oh, Romania. Yes, please join. All right, let's go for an encirclement of all of Belgium. We're attacking Brussels from all sides with our tanks. Yeah, the second the tank joins the battle, it's always over. These things are slaying, dude. Too broken, too broken. All right, well, that was quick. That was quick. That was like, what, 3 days? Oh, yeah, Belgium's gone. How many Belgians did we kill? Pretty good amount for a couple days. Well, I suppose let's prepare the next attack. Hey, if you're watching this and you want to support the channel, consider joining my membership for as little as $5 a month to get access to unique contents and a little badge. Okay, we got our planning bonus. Frenchies, y'all are going. Y'all are gonna have to go. All right, 4 tanks here. We're gonna try to kind of sneak our way towards Paris. All right, let's see what happens. Yeah, again, we have insane attack, obviously. Oh my god, we just obliterated those 4 French divisions. Because, I mean, they just can't do damage to us, dude. And, hey, they just can't do damage. These are the most OP tanks in the game. Here, I'll use this tank division here to do a support a tank on this forest tile. Okay, oh, yeah, we're literally teleporting right now. Yeah, we're moving in from the north. Yeah, okay, we are at the gates of Paris. You know what? Let's not be too cocky now. Let's do an encirclement of these troops in the north. I don't want to lose these precious tanks. That would be something very silly I would do, you know? I've made big oopsies before on this channel. Let's go to Dieppe. All right, so we're getting in from the south, and then infantry can clean up here in the north. All right, now I'm just going to attack Paris head on. I don't give a shit. Oh, damn. Lack of fuel is hurting because we don't have supplies. Yeah, so obviously if your tanks don't have fuel, they aren't very good. Not too effective. Here, chill pill, chill pill. Let's just secure everything in the north. Let's secure it. Well, you know, our troops may be on certain substances right now. They're probably not in control of their body, if you know what I mean. All right, we got all the Frenchies. I'm just going to attack with the tanks head on to Paris because these dudes don't do too bad in an urban environment since we have the right support companies. Yeah, and we melted Paris. Okay. Are they going to give up yet? Yes, they did. Vichy France, please. That was what we called too easy. Oh, and I never even declared war on Luxembourg. We'll take care of them too. Mussolini didn't even join the war yet. All right, Mussolini, I'll let you join now. So, guys, I have one other division we will need against the USSR. So this will be our current tank division with the mechanized, but I will be adding 1 heavy tank battalion. As you can see, this will literally double our armor. Double with this 1 battalion. This is called an armor meme, and it should make us a lot more powerful. So this one, armor meme. Or I can't type. We'll just keep that because I'm lazy. All right, let's take care of Yugoslavia next. Why not? All right, Yugoslavia, you are next. So, of course, I'll take my tank, and we have a simple route we're going to go. We're going to follow the railroad so we have supplies all the way to Belgrade through Croatia. And, bro, insta-melt again. Straight to Zagreb. Okay, I'm not even engaging everyone. I'm just racing to Belgrade so we can, like, win. All right, now we're surrounding Belgrade. Let's see how fast we destroy these people. So, what is our attack in an urban area? 600. So, it's about half of what it could be. Still should be able to win this battle in a day. Yeah. All right, straight to Pristina. All right, Yugoslavia is done. Let's do some convoy raiding for funsies. Ooh, this is really good. Motorized and mechanized will get a buff. Hell yeah, Pens are grenadiers. So I'm going to be building up a ton of infrastructure in the east for Barbarossa so we can obviously properly deploy our tanks. We're going to have max level railways. It will be absolutely insane. All right, this dude. All right, we will make Rommel our field marshal for the tanks. All right, now we can upgrade some more doctrines, Kampffuge and modern Blitzkrieg. So we should see even more performance from our tanks. And of course, we have those new tank divisions with mechanized and of course versus the armor meme. Russia does not have too much mud right now. The weather's not terrible there. We can probably attack once this anti-Comintern pact is finished. We'll do the Seize Foreign Industries thing, which is obviously very OP. All right, let's justify that war goal. Send our spies into Soviet Russia. Time to go to war. All right, let's test these bad boys out. Let's let the planes bomb the Soviets for a good second. We should have a better air force. That should not be a problem. Yeah, it's a little bit better, you could say. Slightly better air force, huh? Well, the Soviets apparently have some decent... Oh, they must have some decent planes up north. But yeah, down here, that is not the case. All right, well, I'm going to start trying to do a little encirclement to cut off all these troops in the mountains here. Okay, bruh. That was a melt. Wait, let's just do the armor meme. Armor meme to Elbow. Wait, no, literally, this is too OP. What? All right, this dude right here. Gone. What the broken? Okay, well, we're near the encirclement. Obviously, we have tanks on rivers. That's not good. Oh, wait, let's cross the river real quick. Okay, perfect. Now, let's just use this mechanized division, and it's killing them a bit less slowly. Oh, no, never mind. That was insta-death. Okay, well, we already encircled a lot of divisions, a lot of Soviets, so let's clean them up. Okay, now let's look north. I have some tanks here too. Another deletion of the Soviets. All right, y'all, check this. I feel like we're gonna destroy them again. All right, see how long this battle takes. There's 5 divisions here. Dude, we got insane attack, nearly 1,000 attack. Okay, bro, it's like teleportation. This is not even a fair fight at all. All right, hurry up, everybody. Clean up this encirclement so I can start having fun. All right, let's just do small encirclements, honestly. Boom. All right, let's attack from the north. And then we will encircle Suwalki. Yeah, I think we could honestly just slowly destroy the Soviets and completely weaken the amount of men they have. Let's branch out from Bialystok and get ourselves another encirclement. The micro here is going crazy, and yeah, wow, I mean, this is actually really fun, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Way more fun than getting destroyed by the Soviets, which happened to me for a long time since I was so trash at this game. All right, there we go. There's the encirclements. Bye-bye, Soviets. How many casualties have we taken? 26,000. It's decently high, to be fair, but the Soviets have taken 10 to 10x. I mean, come on. I got a little attack we're gonna go for. A lot of movement we're gonna do in southern Ukraine because it's plains. We generally want to avoid these marshes here south of Belarus. You want to attack in the north and south. I mean, Ukraine's amazing to attack, given all the plans that, you know, again, focusing on Ukraine right now. All right, Stekhovo from the back. Little flank. Hey, another encirclement. We are destroying the Soviets. A few divisions at a time. Dude, this is a nice encirclement. 20 divisions in there. Let's go to Vinnytsia. Ooh, I bet I said that very authentically. No, I didn't. I'm American. I don't know how to pronounce things in other languages. All right, boom. Clean it up. More casualties. Slay. This is giving me so much dopamine right now. Dude, the AI is getting massacred. Paradox, up your game. I try to go to Kyiv next, since it has a big supply hub, a lot of resources, and it would piss off Stalin. All right, we're just going to wait for these supplies in Vinnytsia, and then our southern tank will attack. All right, go south. Run south, everybody. I need to do it with this encirclements of all of the southern USSR. That's like 20 divisions. All right, boom. All right, 10 divisions plus. All gone. This is pretty slay. Slay Sigma, guys. Hey, now's your chance. Screenshot these templates, all right? Standard tank with mech, regular with motorized, and the armor meme, which is probably our best tank we have. Now we're gonna go to the Dnipro River and circle all of these troops, Soviet troops to the south. Bro, why did the Finns give up? We are actually doing really good right now. Finland, I hate you. Unless you let me go into one of your saunas, I don't want to be friends anymore. Another little encirclement, another 10 divisions. Dude, that's why we've eliminated 1 million Soviets so far. Total bloodbath. All right, so we're going to prepare collaboration government again so the Soviets surrender quicker. All right, 1 division by itself. Can it take on 4 infantry? Yep, yes it can. Let's go to Kharkov. Show all these encirclements too. All right, boom. We got to Ukraine and Putin is malding right now. Skill diff. All right, I got a new tank division to do some operations in the north. Okay, we have enough experience to max out the doctrines, backhand blow, and the final improvement of the tanks to make them even better. That is really good. 20% breakthrough through organization. Ooh, Stalin, you are not ready for this smoke. All right, come on. It's October. We have essentially 2 more months before the snow comes. It'll start coming early December. Let's see what more progress we can get. Obviously, we've only taken Ukraine, but it's getting easier to push every single push, right? Because there's less and less Soviet troops, less opposition. Okay, it's winter time, and we took Ukraine, but obviously the Soviets are still around a lot. But we'll finish them off next year because we made insane progress. We absolutely demolished some of these Soviets with our tanks. And I think the Soviets are near a total collapse. Their front line is thin. So I will restock our fuel throughout the winter. We're going to stop all planes, and next year the Soviets will be dealt with within hopefully a few months, because I plan on recruiting some more tanks too, because we're doing good, but I need more tanks to just be able to apply more force across different parts of the front. Let's try to take Crimea. Little infantry offensive. All right, we definitely need service by requirement to get more men. The Soviet offensive is trash. We've weakened them too much to really do anything. So I mean, hey, please keep weakening yourself, Stalin. Okay, we're just doing some baby winter offensives now. Nothing big, obviously, since it's just a waste of resources to attack in the winter. Moving into the Baltics. This is the weakest part of the front, so we can do a lot of damage here. Boom. Okay, the entire north is exposed. You know what? These motorized divisions down here, why don't you come up here? Okay, we're going for Moscow, and I'm going to potentially have the largest encirclements ever, thanks to my OP tanks. Look at this pincer that's forming. Big bulge. Huge. Massive, some say. And yeah, this could go crazy. All right, another encirclement, and the Soviets just declared war on Iran when they're clearly having problems. Well, they're trying to do a counteroffensive. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. All right, another beautiful encirclements. Casualties are high for us, but they're higher for them. 3 million now. Boom. Oh, yeah, look at that. Another amazing encirclement. All right, let's go to Moscow. I don't care if it's winter. We're rolling. All right, time to go to Moscow. And also, we're going to complete our world's largest encirclements. This thing is massive. Boom, and the Moscow's just open. It's free. We're just moving in so quick. These tanks are just too good, dude. They're scaring the Soviets away. The Soviets don't even want the smoke anymore. Follow Moscow. All right, let's clean up this largest encirclement. I'm putting the entire army around the pocket. Oh, it's going. Oh my god, this is beautiful. This is what happens when you use overpowered tanks. The AI just crumbles. They get boxed. They get surrounded. They get encircled and humiliated. The Soviets just die. It's insane. They're melting. Hey, they're melting. All right, and the final pockets are being liquidated. Dude, the casualties we're about to rack up are insane. Guys, what do you think it's going to be? How many Soviets have we taken? Oh, 5 milli. Very nice. All right, let's finish these guys off. All right, everybody, the final offensive is here. And I'm just going to battle plan. I trust the tanks to carry without my control. Yeah, we're moving pretty fast in the south, obviously, with the tanks, dude. Encirclements without me even trying. This is too free. Oh, my God. Let's go. Let's go. All right, let's go to Stalingrad, y'all. And then we also got to reclaim Moscow. I lost that because I wasn't paying attention. I was being an idiot. All right, everybody, the game is lagging. I think that means we destroyed the Soviets successfully. Yes, sir. Select all. This is all mine. Dude, I mean, these tank divisions are really good. I highly recommend you try them out. We slaughtered the AI today, 1942, and look how powerful we are. We essentially control the world now. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, watch one of these two videos right here and have a great rest of your day.